Hi, I'm Becca, and this is my husband, Gabe.
That's me.
Welcome to the podcast celebrating Jack Russell Terrier dogs.
And all the joys of companionship with canines of every kind.
Each week, we'll explore all the heartfelt, humbling, and hilarious stories that only dog parents can truly relate to. We're Jack Russell parents. Happy fall, puppy parents! Isn't this the best time of the year? Great weather, changing colors.
Good food.
Less humidity, at least in Texas. We can finally wear our cozy clothes.
Big meals.
And the holidays and family reunions.
Feasting on food.
Oh, my goodness, yes. And the food.
Yep.
Anyway, with the holidays often comes traveling. And for puppy parents like us, that poses quite a dilemma. What do we do with our precious ball of fur?
What indeed?
I would love to take Carson everywhere we went, but that's just not a reality. So in the event that your pup can't come with you on holiday, here are our top 9 tips for boarding your fur babies. Number 1, keep it in the family. Have a family member, friend, or trusted dog sitter stay in your home and take care of your pup while you're gone. Your fur babies will be much more comfortable in their own territory. We would love to be able to do this with Carson, but we have just not found someone who can handle him.
No.
So we leave it in the hands of the professionals.
Yes.
I will add that if my parents live nearby with some land, maybe, like they have in California, I would absolutely leave him with them and their other dogs.
They're great with dogs.
Mm-hmm. This is me planting a subliminal message in this episode. Mom, Dad, it's time to move to Texas. Do you think that was subtle enough?
10 more times, maybe.
Some of you had some awesome, very supportive advice on this topic. So now it's time for puppy parent replies.
Already?
Yeah, let's mix them into the list as we go.
Okay.
Jennifer C. says, at this point, I think I would have them stay at my house while I was gone. It ups the comfort level. There are folks in our area that do this for a living. I definitely check their references beforehand and run the idea past our vet for sure. I think that's great advice, Jennifer.
Jake B. says, Jack Russell Terriers are very socially conscious. They see themselves as part of the family. I found ours are stressed when placed outside the home and do not know where we are for an extended period of time. At least when they're home, they have some reassurance that they are safe.
True. I would like that, to provide that reassurance that they're safe. Elizabeth P. says, find a friend or family member you can trust and who knows your dog.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Joe D. says, my sister or sister-in-law will house sit while we are away. Very inconvenient, and we feel lucky. Yeah, so they're watching the house and your dog.
No, that's the best package deal there. Jeremy C. says, family. Someone they know and like.
That's good.
I think that's the key is maybe not just any family, but family that your dog likes.
Yeah.
they like your dog.
Yes, mutual respect.
Yeah.
Back to our tips. The number 2 piece of advice for dog boarding during the holidays is word of mouth. Ask someone you trust about their first-hand experience. Secondhand information and online reviews are not 100% trustworthy. Companies could be unethically padding their high ratings with shady online companies or bribing customers for 5-star reviews. So talk to people you know who've actually been to those places and experienced their service.
That's a great tip. Tip number 3, research in person and online. So visit the facilities to talk to the personnel and investigate the cleanliness. And then, of course, go online and read Better Business Bureau complaints and reviews. But, be sure to read between the lines of those. Sometimes...
Sometimes reviews can be stupid. Like, they wouldn't open the door 30 minutes beforehand. I'm like, well, they do have business hours, right?
Right. So be wise when reading those reviews. But best practice is to go there in person. We would never trust our baby to a place and people sight unseen because anybody could put whatever they want online, right? So the place that we take Carson for boarding, which if we can be frank, we don't travel all that often. I mean, it's probably only a couple of times a year. But we visited this place in person and we were really happy with the people and the customer service and what we saw there, right? And how the dogs were being treated. Rachel W. backs up this in-person research by saying, ask to go look around and then send your dog for a few doggy daycare days. Get a feel for it. When you find one you trust, don't think about the cost. It's worth it for you to feel happy with it. I have used some kennels for approximately 25 years, and they are more expensive, but worth it. I agree with this sentiment.
Yeah, it adds a significant upcharge to your overall vacation cost, but knowing that he's in good hands while we're gone, it's really worth the money.
Absolutely.
Ashley C. says, we have been lucky to have been able to have my sister take care of our girl in our house. With boarding kennels, I would look at reviews, look at the place in person. I have 3 to 4 in my area and 2 that are called pet resorts. I'd happily send Nala to a pet resort. She'd probably be thinking she was on a holiday as well. I think Carson loves having fun at those places with the people and the dogs. He has a grand time.
Yeah, it is very much a resort in that sense. Bree E says, if you can't take them with you, I first recommend a house sitter. If that isn't possible, then a boarding facility. Do your research, ask around, and of course, don't wait till last minute, especially boarding places. I think that's a great piece of advice to don't wait till the last minute. First of all, you're not going to know the place well enough to leave them. They might not have any room.
Yeah, especially during the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So think ahead, plan ahead, give yourself the time you need to figure out the best spot.
Which brings us to number 4, a play date test drive. Take the facility on a test drive, as it were, for a play date. Many facilities offer free multi-hour initial visits to determine your pet's compatibility and temperament. Most of them are really strict about making sure that your dog can get along with other dogs, especially if they're going to have play time with everybody else.
Barbara T confirms this by saying doggy playtime is a must.
And Mary H says, shop for one very carefully. Go on your neighborhood site and ask for recommendations. People won't recommend one they distrust. Try a couple of times, just a couple hours at a time.
Yeah, I agree with this. We have taken Carson to have some play dates there just to see, how he comes back. What is he like when he comes back? Tip number 5, a one-night sleepover. So if you're going on an extended holiday without your pup, we suggest taking your doggy in for the first sleepover or a one-night reminder visit. This will get them acclimated or reacclimated to sleeping somewhere else.
Candace Z agrees, saying, have some trial runs first. Not just for a doggy daycare, but an overnight stay. Are they cool with it?
Absolutely. And I think I need a trial vacation run myself.
Yes.
Just a night or two before the actual vacation so I can be more relaxed on the vacation.
Like, okay, he survived one night, then we'll try 6.
Yeah. Oh, no, I meant myself have a trial vacation.
Oh. He's going to warm up to the idea of not working.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, with that, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the last 4 top tips for dog boarding during the holidays. Aloha Mama Apparel wants to spread the spirit of aloha. Genesis Belote, the creator of Aloha Mama Apparel, was born on the mainland and resides in Southern California. But she cherishes her Hawaiian culture and honors the half of her family that lives on the islands. She loves being a mama and a designer. At Aloha Mama, they know being a mama is hard work, but it's the best work. That's why they style mamas and kiddos in apparel that is bright and filled with beachy vibes. For the cutest casual attire celebrating the spirit of aloha, go to shopalohamama.com. That's shop, ALOHAMAMA.com. Shopalohamama.com.
Hey puppy parents, we're back with the top 9 tips for dog boarding during the holidays. Number 6, keep important routines. Provide the staff or in-house sitter with a written list of all your pet's needs: food, medicine, emotional, potty, sleep. In addition to all the physical items that they need, of course, the food, the medicine, the specific toys. Maintaining the semblance of normalcy is crucial to your pet's mental and emotional health while you're gone. Create a checklist to make sure that you drop off and leave with all leftover food, meds, toys, and items from home.
Yes, I love the checklist idea. And what I also love about the place that we use is they actually have their own checklist, right? So when they check you in, they're asking you about everything. That's another thing that I really like. They're making sure they're covering all the needs of your pet.
Yeah.
And then you can have your list there as a backup to make sure everything's covered. Lori T says, bring a blanket or old shirt that smells like home, but make sure it's one you don't care about at all, as it may get destroyed and or lost.
Yeah.
Yes. Tip number 7, happy goodbyes. Keep it quick and happy. I feel like if you linger too long, they may think you're going to stay too. Right? We're all just going to play here today.
I prefer not to.
Together. Yes, me too. And I always try to make eye contact with Carson and say, be right back, because I think he knows that means I will be back. At some point, I will be back. It's my reassuring statement for him and for me.
Makes you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, check in regularly. Assuage your separation anxiety by calling to check in on a regular basis while you're gone. Ask for the staff to text you pics or video or even FaceTime with your pup. Some pet resorts or dog boarding places might have this as a paid or complimentary add-on service for nervous Nellies like us.
Yes, I am a big nervous Nelly when I leave him.
The nerviest of all Nellies.
So that picture service and messages that they send every day helps me a lot. So I can physically see that he's all right and even that he's having fun. So I want to share, I pulled up a report card.
I like that they call it that.
Yeah, they send a report card every day about how he's doing, and it's really cute. This is from when we traveled back in July, and there is like 10 pictures here. You can scroll through them, and he's happy. Like he's playing.
Yeah.
And he's out in the sunshine, and there's a comments and notes section, and it has this cute note. It says, to my amazing family, today was quite the day with a lot of fun packed throughout. The photographer and I spent time playing around the yard. We did tag, she showed me how to play hide and seek, and we even tried a game of riddles and tongue teasers. So silly, I know. She taught me the one where you have to say toy boat as fast as you can, at least 5 times. It took us both a few times to get it right, and in no time, I was able to say it in 10 times as fast.
I love how they write it from his perspective.
Yes, this is like what he did that day. She said that I was a natural tongue teaser champion. We even got the chaperone watching over the Tiny Town group to do it too. The photographer let me do the demonstration. It was a lot of fun seeing her surprised face when I was able to do it super fast. With all the smiles, snuggles, and spending time with friends. Carson, heart. And then they put in parentheses, the sweetheart of paradise. And then there's 2 more sections, demeanor. And I think this is very helpful because if there were descriptors of him in here that weren't like him, that lets you know, hey, maybe something's not quite right? They've got a bunch of cute things like he's chipper, he's enthusiastic, he's friendly, he's so cute, he's sociable, talkative. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, if he is doing all these things, in fact, he's
happy.
Got a good demeanor. Yeah, he's happy. And then there's my best friends section. All of my chaperones, everyone was so excited to see me every day.
Yeah. Normally they would put other dog names that were there, but
not for Carson. He loves the people.
He likes the people.
So I know that was a lot, but thank you for letting me share because I just think it's so cute and it really does make my stress go down knowing that he's doing good.
Kim E agrees and she says, if you can, find a place that has a web camera so you can check on them.
Yes, and our place also has live cameras and you can check in that way too, which I love. You can see them playing, you can see what they're doing, where they are. It's very reassuring.
It is.
Ava S says, we left our Sadie at a wonderful kennel. I called every day to see how she was doing. She was so sad. She wouldn't go for walks that I paid extra for. Needless to say, we never left her at a kennel again. We were blessed to leave her with my son and daughter-in-law. So I think that's really important because even though the kennel might be a great place and set up right and have all the best intentions, your dog just may not buy it, right?
Yeah.
They may not buy into this place. you give it a try and you see what happens. If it doesn't work out, you might have to make a different choice the next time.
I'd be especially wary if we had rescued Carson and he was in a shelter for a period of time. They might think that they were abandoned again.
Yeah, that's something to think about.
Yeah.
And then final tip number 9, follow up. Observe your dog's demeanor and health afterward to monitor for emotional issues, injuries, and illness. Douglas G. says, when I lived in Washington, D.C., there was a dog camp. Pond, private heated and air conditioning rooms, pickup and delivery. When my dogs returned home, they slept soundly. When the transportation came to pick them up, the driver lowered a ramp. My dogs ran to the transport, up the ramp. They did not look back. So that tells you they're not scared. They're not like, why are you sitting me here? They're ready to go play.
Carson did not look back the last time we dropped him off. He was off to the races. He was having a good time from Jump Street. Marie H. says, see how your dog acts when they come back. Is she excited to go back? We had a great one, but because of COVID, they left the state. She allowed her smaller boarders to be in her house and was treated like a regular human B&B.
Yeah, a different house, but in the house, which is nice. That's very cool. Mandy J. says, I was fortunate enough to have a dear friend that ran a kennel service. Chester. Oh, I love it. Chester loved being with her. He got to be spoiled. If I said, let's go see Marcia, he would flip out and run to the door. She also groomed him and did his nails, which he wouldn't let her do that. His puppy mama. Same with us. Her place was like a dream getaway for him while we traveled to Tennessee. I think that is a benefit, especially for us when we can't groom him. He won't let us. When you do board them someplace professional like that, then they can do the grooming right before they send him home, too. That's a bonus.
They call it go home bath?
Yeah, go home bath. Well, that wraps up our tips for taking care of your pup while you're on holiday. Do everything you can to ensure they have a great time without you. Now it's time for InstaDog of the Week. This week we have Bose, a ridiculously adorable, smushy-faced pug. You can find him at the pug called Bose, that's B-O-E-S, and he is from the Netherlands.
Alrighty.
And he was born on November 11th, 2018, so he's about to have himself a birthday. He's going to be 3 years old. And he is so cute. Gosh. So let's work our way down the page. First, there's a story posted in there, and it's the first snow day, I think is what it's called. And he is just an itty-bitty baby, you guys. And he is running through the snow. First, he was unsure, of course. It's the cutest. You got to start there. When you get to the page, just watch that video first.
Okay.
It's so cute.
His first snow. Wow, he's so tiny.
Yeah, he's so adorable. And here's the other thing about Bose, is he somehow has these naturally rosy cheeks. No joke, it looks like he's wearing blush.
Oh, I see. Right, yeah. It's like a different color of brown. Yeah. And it's like a reddish brown, so it looks like he has rosy cheeks.
It looks like he has rosy cheeks.
It's hilarious.
He's so cute. Oh.
They get right up in his face with that camera, and it's flat, so there's not the distance, and so his eyeballs are right up in your face. He's
got these big, beautiful brown eyes.
Oh, man.
So cute. I can't. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, he's stout, too, you know? Like, he's beefy little guy. And that's like he goes on a lot of hikes. And
yeah, he's outdoors.
He has this very cute navy blue harness that just seems to kind of fit him and his personality. First of all, there are just so many adorable ones. But one of my favorites is down just a few rows on the left, and he's yawning. It looks like he's sitting out on the back porch in the sun, and he has this great big yawn, and he's about to take a nap. Gabe, what is one of your favorites?
My favorite has to be where he's in his little blue car seat with the paws and the bones on it.
Oh.
He looks so happy because he knows he's about to go someplace. So
they love it. And there's, because he's a pug, he's got this little wrinkly face. And there's several pictures of him kind of laying on his back. There's one in particular where he's full out on his back and his front paws are open wide, right? Sprawled out. And that flap, that roll on his head is squished up near his eyes. It's so funny. I would love to be scrolling along one day and there's his face in my feed.
Well, you will now.
I will. You all will be just as thrilled to see those rosy cheeks in your feed every day. So be sure to follow Bose at The Pug Called Bose.
BOES.
Thank you, puppy parents, for all your advice on boarding your pups during the holidays. And thank you, The Pug Called Bose, for bringing us those rosy cheeks to warm our hearts. We wish you and your fur babies the happiest, stress-free holiday travels. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you learn from the content? Or did you just have a good, relatable laugh? Well, now what? It's time to subscribe, follow, keep listening, and give a positive review on the Apple Podcast app. Then share the podcast with other puppy parents. This will allow us to connect you and your friends with fun, dog-loving content week after week. Until next time, this is Becca and Gabe, the Jack Russell parents.
Say bye, Carson.
We'd love to connect with you online at jackrussellparents.com or on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at JRT Podcasts. That's at JRT for Jack Russell Terrier Podcast.
The Jack Russell Parents Podcast is produced by Earball Audio.
Jack Russell Parents is brought to you in part by Super Chewer. From the makers of BarkBox, Super Chewer is a themed monthly delivery of toys and treats made especially for dogs who play harder and demand a challenge. Simply go to jackrussellparents.com and click the Super Chewer link to enjoy their great offers while also supporting our podcast.